Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Sunday. Well, today I'm going to start this Joy Sunday that I got yesterday from Biggest Craft. And it is a 14 count. It's supposed to be 40 by 40. We know it's not. But yeah, I don't care. I wanted to see how this was going to work. And yeah, I'm so used to doing 11 count that I divided all my thread into 3 strands, so I'll have to kind of adjust that as we go, because on 14 count, as you know, I'm using 2 strands. We'll see how it covers. And I'm going to try something new today. Normally, you know, I put a knot in the end. Well, we're going to start it over here just a bit, and I'm going to start with this one right here, since I have my thread with open ends. So started way over here, leaving a tail on this side, and then we're just going to take the first stitch. Whoops, well, I pulled too hard. Let me try again. Just leave a little tail and hold on to it. See, I'm holding this right here with my finger on the bottom. And starting the first stitch, still holding. And that way you don't have to put a knot in it. Oh yeah, that covered that really well. And then you can kind of go on. Then I'm just going to pull that out just a bit and give it a little trim, because it's going to be covered up mostly, you know, by everything else. Now on this, you just stitch the blue part, the pink part with this blue thread, and where it's white right in there, that's all going to be open. So we'll see how this all works. But that's starting with an open-ended thread. Now, since it's 2, I can do the loop method to start. And I like the edge. It's all serged here. It's a little bit of, remember I told you that the smaller the canvas, it's like the more stiff the canvas actually is. But yeah, and I just wanted to start with this one. I can go back and do the 3, and they're all shades of blue, so they're all gonna kind of mesh together. We'll see. I'm excited to see how this works out. Now I may do all the cross stitching like in this area before I go back and do the back stitching. I don't know. I've never had a Joy Sunday like this. This is just unique to me. And I'm sure, I mean, I don't have a million like Lovecraft Forever, you know, has. But, yeah. We will see. I need another drink of coffee, and I need to find my thimble here, because, as you know, 14 count needle has a little smaller, come on, end with it. Sorry, didn't mean to hit that. And sometimes it kind of jams into the finger that I use to push stuff with. Well, I thought I'd do this video early, and it's early. It's like 4:30 in the morning. Last night, I was just so fried. I laid down at like 5 minutes to 8, passed right out, and I woke up about 3 o'clock this morning. It's fine. If I have to go back to sleep, that's later on, we're fine. But I'm supposed to go, well, we were going to go river hopping, where we go looking for what do you call it? For driftwood, because the river, like I said, is pretty down as far as that goes. So she called me last night, and they were cleaning the yard because I told you they were going to put a pole barn up. Well, yeah. And they have like a, oh, what do you call those things? Oh, they put them on job sites, and they throw all their trash into it, and it looks like a container, if you will. It's not real tall. You know, it's one of the shorter ones. It's not like a professional one. And my son-in-law twisted his back somehow and heard something pop, and he wouldn't go to the doctor last night, like to the emergency room. So they have like a clinic here in town that's open on Sundays. So he was going to go there today. So I'm supposed to be at her house by 9 o'clock this morning, and that way I can watch the kids while she takes him to the clinic there in town. And we'll see where that all goes. So I didn't know if we were actually going to get to go on our little field trip or not. I still don't. So we'll just have to wait and see. Just have to wait and see what happens. Now I know I'm going to have to do these leaves and then go do all the back stitching. And there's back stitching underneath this, so this background back stitching has to be done before I do the leaves that are going to lay over the top of, say, that little netted frame-ish looking thing. I don't know what to call it. This is just odd. It's like I'm not real clear on where to start, so I'll begin with stitching and we'll see what happens. Like I would like to do like a test section, if you will. We're not going to finish that today, but you know, to see if it's going to lay okay. Does that make sense? So it's just kind of odd, and it's a challenge. So that's why we're doing it. And I think the 14 count will really help make it look kind of petite, if you will. I don't know what the word is exactly. So we'll see how it all works out. We may have to wing it in parts. I just don't know. So yeah, I was just fried yesterday, and I got off of the live and made myself a hamburger patty and that I smeared with butter to eat, and a salad. So yeah, I just kind of got enough and laid right down. I thought, well, this probably won't last but a couple hours. Yeah, I woke up at like 12:45 and went, nope, not getting out of bed yet. So, and I stayed there until about 3 this morning, and then I'd had enough, which is fine. Molly wasn't complaining. Just guess I needed to go to bed early. Well, I wasn't really planning on going to bed that early, but I'll probably not get through this day without having to have a nap, but we'll see. Oops, I didn't mean to go all the way up there. I have to work backwards here. That's why I'm doing one stitch at a time, because my wrist will not go that way. Good coverage on the thread, though. Okay, I'm just going to end that thread. And we'll kind of go from there. This only has back stitch and full stitch in it, so we'll see. Gotta hang onto that little tail. I learned this from Stitching Dreamer, Miss Chain. This little method of starting, I think it's great. I use it on my counted too, all the time. Instead of that, looping it over 3 or 4 times, like I do with my counted. This works so much faster. Thank you, Ching. She has a channel here on YouTube. I'm glad you just don't have to go back and fill in all that background color like I did on Yin and Yang. So we'll see. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure it tells me somewhere. Let me look. I think you're supposed to use one strand. See, for back stitch on 14 count, use one strand for the back stitch. I always seem to use 2. We'll see how it works out. Oh, I gotta cut my tail off here. That is, if I can get a hold of the scissors and to have the thimble on at the same time. That's why I usually don't wear a thimble. It drives me crazy. But it does save my hand. Those are itty bitty little holes. I'm telling you. After I've been doing 11 count for so long. But it's stitching it fine. It's not tight. Of course, I haven't done too much side by side. That's where I always get in trouble with the 14 count. I have done 14 counts with one thread just because it's so tight I can't handle it. Now this one I may have to look at the, what do you call it? The, where is it? It is here somewhere. Oh, it's underneath. Have to look at this to do the back stitch. So, we'll see. We'll just take it one section at a time. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to get the back stitching, the cross stitch part done first and then do all the back stitching. So we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see, folks. It's a new journey for me too. Oh, for pity's sake. Only got a few more stitches. I'm going to take that out. I can't move it and keep the thread on the needle. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we get to go or not. But yeah. I think they can just do x-rays right there at that clinic. So I don't think you'd have to go to the hospital to have x-rays. And we'll see. Teeny tiny itty bitty stitches compared to that 11 count. We'll see how long we deal with this. let's just get rid of that thread because it's getting a bit small. Hold that thought. Yeah, and I was using the, what do you call it? The needle threader thing. And I was wondering why it wouldn't barely go through that needle. Yeah. As soon as I started stitching, I knew I had one thread too many for a 14 count. But it happens that way. Let's see if it works better with just 2 threads. That in there. It's still a little tight. There we go. It did work a lot better than trying to shove 3 strands in there, though. I gotta cut this end. There we go. Whoops. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, for pity's sake. I know half of you, or some of you, have already been starting your threads this way, but it's a new deal to me. It's like an eye-opener. There's not a whole lot of stitching, if you will. I mean, there's enough. I mean, as far as cross-stitching part goes. There is a lot of back stitching. But it doesn't look too difficult. I mean, honest to God, seriously. We'll have to wait and see. So other than that, I don't know what we're doing today. I don't know. I just have no idea how the day is going to go at all. Guess we'll find out after she takes him to the doctor, huh? And the plan was to go at 9 o'clock in the morning and go and looking around and then be back, you know, by noon. So we weren't going to be gone too terribly long. Chiefs and the Broncos are playing today, so don't know if we'll get to see either one of those games. But I like that the what do you call it? This pattern is nice and big and easy to read. So going back and doing those other stitches, I think it'll work just fine. We'll just have to play it by ear here. But I'm just thrilled I don't have to do that background. You just have no idea. I'm so sick of having to do backgrounds. That just insanity. Never was one for big areas. They drive me crazy. But I think if I do this in like just a section at a time and do the back stitching, we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. Of course, this won't be the only time we work on this. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, I missed. Oh, not by too far, I guess. Such tiny little squares. Sometimes I can't even do counted because it's so small. Of course, the material seems to give a lot better. And this will loosen up after you've worked on it a while, which will be nice. But I really think I should do all that cross stitching first. I mean, not like I was going to do the outline of this, but I don't know. I'm getting my brain, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, and it's all wanting to be done at the same time. That's just how my brain works. Because I'm working on this color, but I really want to work on that, and I really want to do this and that. And it's like, just shut up, brain. One thing at a time. Always been like that. I just can't help myself. Is that OCD? I don't know what it is. It's just wanting to do everything at once. As far as I'm concerned, it's such a pretty color, blue. What color is that? 4 is 798. I would have pegged it for like 823. We don't have any 8s. We have 747, 762, 796, 798, and 799. So we're in the 7 categories. Of course, you got that light color too. What is it? It's number 1 is 747, and it's more of a what is that word? It reminds me of seafoam green. You know, it's like a pale blue-green. So, not much thread in that whole thing. So hopefully we'll have enough. But I just can't get past the point that we don't have to fill in this or fill in that, you know. It's different. It was bugging me ever since I did the thing. I should have started with this one, but that's okay. I like the mandala too. It's just like full of freaking confetti. But it'll get done. And if we end up going on our little adventure, I will add pictures or whatever. I usually take pictures regardless of what we're doing. I don't know that there'll be any extra little tiny videos or anything in there. We'll just have to wait and see. Just have to wait and see. Ouch, that's my finger. I should have the thimble on the other side. I'm usually good without using a thimble until I've been stitching for like 3 hours and it starts poking a hole, and then I wish I put it on. See, I have catch-22s here. Thread goes a long way on a 14 count compared to an 11 count. Just seems odd. I don't think this came in an 11 count. It might have, but I don't think so. Come on. Try to undo my thread there. Gets a little knotted up there every once in a while. It's just the way I stitch. I swear. Come on. I keep getting the end in there, but if I don't have the end down long enough, I'm telling you, then it gets, oh, well, that's attractive. I don't know what happened there. I went in the wrong. I was talking and moving at the same time. Okay, let's try that again. The thread, for the most part, lays right down. Nice quality. Of course, it's a Joy Sunday, so. Oh, I did go look back last night to see if they had other mandalas on Biggest Craft, and they do. They have a few. I saw like one that where you could pick from 4, and then there was a couple that were just separated. So, you know, just a mandala. You didn't have a choice of 4 different ones. But I may go back and buy some more of those. This reminds me of that edging. What was it on? I think it's on Death by Cross Stitch, where you have to make them go in certain directions. The little curly Q things. Oh, it took me forever to get that edging done on Death by Cross Stitch. It just, because I'd have to count and recount, and oh, yeah, Lord, it was a nightmare. Yeah, it's in timeout. All right. Let's get rid of that piece. I think I got way too much thread out. I forgot it was 14 count. So I may have to put a couple of these pieces back. I think I'm just going to go back here and start on this green and do that green. Just make me a swatch. Just work on it that way. Put in all the cross stitch in first. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for today. Where is the picture? I keep losing it today. There it is. So we'll see. Just absolutely see how this turned out. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We will see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching. Have a great day.